the world. Everyone is live there, following me and responding to any kind of questions. I'll be happy to answer those kind of questions. World news. Hi EBM, I'm from Nepal. My question is, EDV results will be published in June 6 or again to be postponed. Thanks a lot. The green card lottery results will be on June 6, will not be postponed again. What things will be changing will be the currently suspension for the processing of the green card lottery. Yes, that might a little bit change on certain kind of aspect, but that will not affect the time of the results to be out. So the results will be out as planned, basically on June 6th. So I believe nothing is going to change from that moment to now. Well, okay, let me go to another question. The Pulse say, can you tell me how to name different states of America, how to pronounce them? Yeah, so most of the states are almost the same, how they are pronounced, but there are very few ones which are a little bit different. And especially, I can give example for myself, coming from Africa. Many people from developing countries will have this kind of problem because sometimes some of our languages, like Swahili, my background, we pronounce as we see the letters and the spelling. So I can give the example. So for instance, the state of Illinois, we used to say Illinois, but Illinois is wrong. The correct way is Illinois. We used to say Ohio instead of Ohio. So there are few states like those one. And there is Kansas and Arkansas, but how it is written like Arkansas, but we don't say Arkansas because people confuse with the state of Kansas. And there is even an old law which says you cannot pronounce, it is illegal and it is a crime to fail to pronounce the state of Arkansas by saying Arkansas. You can be taken to the court. So it's very funny, but I know it is not happening, but that is something like that. Another state which is confusing for other people, we say Iowa. How is it written? So there are few states like kind of that were, and even like the name of the cities, usual, like for instance, there's Indianapolis, like kind of that. Minneapolis, like not Minneapolis, whatever. So there is a certain way, but it's not a big deal. Once you are here, the ball will get rolling and it will be able to pronounce without any particular problem. So that will be a few things. So yeah. Okay, so I think I've been able to answer that question. Okay, let me, someone is asking, Godfred is asking, which state are you? I'm in the state of Missouri. The state where I am, it is in between the state of Kansas and the state of Missouri. The seat of Kansas seat is in both states. So the downtown is shared by two states. For instance, where I work, my office, where I work, like not YouTube thing, where I work, the building is in the state of Kansas. The parking lot is in the state of Missouri. So sometimes I say I live in Missouri, I'm in Missouri, I'm in Kansas, so it's just, we use it interchangeably because we are at the state line in both places. When I moved from California to here, I started living in Kansas State, so from where I lived to the office was about 25 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes, and where I moved in Missouri started to where I work is still 25-30 minutes, around the same amount of time. So, okay, Akoy Daniel Deng, we say hello, Mr. EBM. Hello, how are you? Another question. Akoy Daniel is asking, any news about Sudan ban? No news so far. Usually the ban is started this year, so even if you accomplish everything, so at least after 6 months to almost a year. So hopefully by the end of the year or very early beginning of the year, we can see if the travel ban will be lifted or not. But they cannot do everything. Ravin, how are you? You were saying, hi, EBM from Sri Lanka. How are you there? I've never been to those parts of the world yet. Ruan Chamara Disanayaka. My visa will expire in this 25th May. What happened? What will happen? So my question is, what type of visa are you talking about? Is it a green card lottery visa or any type of visa like a tourist visa? If you can clarify that one, I can be able to understand which type of visa you're talking about. But what I can also respond to that, the other better way would be for you to communicate, write email to the US Embassy and asking particular question and give you information. They can be able to give you another visa once they are going back to the normal working time. So that would be another question, something I could be able to do instead of us just answering without considering all the facts. Okay, another question is from Kema Lawrence. He say, my question is, I wanted to know how many how many people applied or played the DV lottery from Africa DV 2021. Basically, we do not know how many people exactly applied for that one. The reason why we do not know, because the data haven't been published yet. Sorry, I'm trying to connect here so that I can be able to do also live on my Instagram. So I forgot to connect to that one, because I know some people usually asking me to be able to be on live on Instagram, but I haven't been able to be live on Instagram for a while. Okay, so what? Okay, just one sec. Okay, so let me respond to other questions. Sorry, I'm doing so many things at once, and that's why I usually tell people you don't need to have so many excuses to do things. Like, you can do so many things at once without any particular problem. So let me continue to answer all these kind of questions people are having. Okay. Okay, so let me continue with these questions people are asking. Okay, another question is from Ruthie Rabera. Hi, EBM. I'm Kenyan, connected from Dubai. Thanks for your update. Hoping one time we'll meet. Thank you so much for taking your time to come to watch my YouTube live here. Hello everyone from Instagram. I'm also connecting on Instagram here, but also I'm mainly on my YouTube live. So if you are here and you are in Instagram live and you want to get connected, you can come to my YouTube live. If you go to YouTube and write like this word EBM Scholars, you can be able to see me live here, which I'll be able to answer most of the questions. So I'll be answering some of the questions also from the Instagram, and I'll also make the video or this video to be able to air it later for those who will be missing this particular session. So this is an English session. So even if you were in Instagram and you wanted to ask me any question, please ask in English and I'll be happy to answer that particular question. Okay, so let me continue with some of the questions. There are a lot of questions coming up on my board here on on YouTube. Okay, so Ruwan will say, my visa will expire this May, and I ask you what type of visa. I've already answered that one. Okay, Fahad, you say, sir, if I win a green card and went to USA, can I come back home country anytime I want, and for how long? How does it work? So once you win the green card lottery, you get the visa, you come to America. Once you are given the visa, you have 6 months to travel from your country to here. If you don't travel within 6 months, your visa is going to expire and your green card, bye-bye. But if you come to America within 6 months, once you are here within a month, very, very late, within 6 weeks, but within a month, you will be able to get the actual green card. And if you get the actual green card, I don't know if I have the picture of the actual green card here. Okay, I don't know. I think I can find a picture here. I don't know, because in one of the presentation, I printed out the actual card people can be able to see, but if in case I don't have, so the card is just like green in color, so I don't have the picture here, but yeah, so sorry. Okay, so you need to one of the things we need to do is once you are here, you get the actual card, you are allowed to travel to your country. The only thing, if you have green card, you are not allowed to be for a long time without notice. Like you cannot be in your country for full year without letting us know. So that is something you need to understand. But apart from that, so if you want to stay in your country, you travel within a year, you have to fill the form is called advanced parole form. Okay, so someone is on Instagram is asking, hi Ernest, can you briefly tell us about Humphrey Fellowship fellowship in the US? So this is a question from Instagram. I will answer that one. So each country in the world has opportunity to come and to USA through scholarship is called Humphrey Fellowship. So there is Fulbright and there is Humphrey Fellowship. So what you need to do, first of all, I'm sure this person is asking from Tanzania, but what you need to do, you go to the US Embassy in your country, then you go to search education exchange. On that education exchange, there is a visa, there is various opportunity for scholarships. There is Humphrey Fellowship. Humphrey Fellowship is a fellowship which you come to America, not to come to do master's or PhD. If you want to do master's or PhD, you come under Fulbright. So Humphrey is kind of like a professional advancement. It's just an opportunity to come here. You can help do research and a few other things. And average, depending state to state, you can be able to get paid at least $1,500, $1,500 to $2,500, depending if you are in New York versus you are in Ohio, or you are in Kansas, or versus you are in DC. So depending on the state. But you don't get master's or PhD, but it's just a professional development program provided by the US government. So you apply direct to the US Embassy in your particular country. Obviously, they're looking for GPA, they are looking for other factors in order for you to be to be among the people to participate and win. Here it is 1 a.m., very, very late night. So I'm here. So let me go to, I'm sure I'm Jack05. I've been able to answer your question very well on Instagram about the Humphrey program. Okay, so there is a question, on the chat board here. Let me go to Maruf Abakari. Hi EBM, you have a lot of fans in Ghana and we appreciate all that you are doing. Kindly throw some light on using not verbal for one's visa application. I haven't understood, Maruf, on the last part of the question. You are talking specifically for green card, lottery visa, or any type of visas. So if you can clarify, I can be able to answer that one. Ravine, you ask, are there statistics for DSC 2020? 2020 not yet. They have the okay, I can look here. Yes, I'm sure they have the DV. I don't want to concentrate on checking with the board. They have the number of winners for DV 2020, I think, the statistics, but not like the applicants. They told like how many visas I think they have provided. I haven't checked about that, but I don't want to concentrate more on the screen of other parts. Okay, let me answer the question from Instagram here. Hi, Mr. EBM. I lost my vaccine card, but did all my vaccination. What will I do when I'm going for medicals? Will I start to do all vaccines? No. The question is asking about vaccination, because some of the vaccination is not about, I'm sure most of the vaccination they are going to ask, they are vaccination which you were supposed to be given while you were born. So obviously the doctor will fill those vaccines because your country, for instance in Tanzania, you are in Uganda, you are in Ghana, you are in Sierra Leone, most of the vaccine already, they are already, you have already taken. Like I'm giving example, polio vaccine. They are not going to give you current polio vaccine. You had the polio vaccine while you were a baby. They cannot give you vitamin A or vitamin B, whatever. Right now, there are so many vaccinations which you get as a child between 0 to 1 year old. So kind of that. The big part on the vaccine or whatever they are looking, it will be about tuberculosis. That is the big part which they are going to ask more. Glory, you say hi there, how are you? Is question from someone is greeting from Instagram. Okay, let me go back to question on the question on YouTube here. Someone is asking, Puma Abigail, you say, first of all, Ravine, you say, do you recommend Kansas to immigrant? Yeah, it is a very cheap state, very affordable state. Kansas, Missouri is a very good state. You go to Ohio, you go to Iowa. Those are good states because they are affordable states. I made a video yesterday or the day before yesterday about the cost of living in US, and I showed like the life I live in Kansas, Missouri versus the life I lived in California. I lived in California for 7-8 years before I moved here. The cost of living in California is completely out of hand. One bedroom apartment in California is 1,500 maybe, but here you can have just like a mortgage by paying less than 1,000 here, and you can survive. You can have 4-bedroom, 3-bedroom for 1,200 or 1,500. You just rent a house. It's not just apartment of 1 bedroom. So yes, I recommend these affordable states than going to live in California, living in Hawaii, go to live in New York. Those are very expensive. DC area, Maryland, those are very expensive states to survive. Okay. Puma Abigail, you ask, thanks for the great work you have been doing, sir. More strength, and God bless you. Thank you. First of all, I'm thankful for everyone is tuning now. I know some places is very 6 in the morning, some places very early in the morning, and people are taking our time to come to here. Some asking, first of all, is it possible to hold a green card and still work in Africa? Yes, as long as you are going to stay in Africa, then you are coming here as a vacation, because you cannot go. They can say like there is a requirement. You are permanent of the United States, so you don't go and stay in your country full year, non-stop without just notifying the process. Like, okay, so you can go there and stay maybe 8 months and come stay 1 month in the US, go back there. You are allowed to do that. Yeah, so there is no problem. You can live there. But you have to continue filing tax also in the US. Ravine asking, is it compulsory to get credit card in the US? No, it's not compulsory. But the life itself will make you must have a credit card. Because if you don't have a credit card, how are you going to buy, for instance, a brand new car? You don't have cash to use $25,000 to buy a car. Or how are you going to buy a house? In the end, it's not about how much money you have. You need to have a credit history. Credit history is not something bad. It's just the trust you are going to have from people that you are trustworthy person to get a loan, to get something. So by design, yes, it is a must, but no one is going to tell you it's a must. But you need to have a credit card and know how to use it, so that you cannot be able to cause trouble on your life. Because if you mess up a credit card, it will affect amount of certain type of jobs. It will affect you. If you are going to rent an apartment, they are going to raise the rent, or you have to pay a higher deposit, or if you are going to ask for any type of loan, they give a higher amount of interest rate, like if you get auto loan, or if you want to get any type of loan